The Senate impeachment trial for former President Trump now will begin today with opening statements. Plus, Congress needs to go through budget reconciliation before more COVID relief comes. Joining us now, Maryland Democratic Senator Chris Van Hollen. Good to see you, Senator. Good morning.
Steve, good morning. Good to be with you.
I want to talk about the impeachment trial. First of all, before you can begin, though, you have to be able to establish whether or not you have the constitutionality to do so. That'll be today's proceeding. Simple majority, you'd need 51 votes. Do you have them?
Yes, we do, Steve. We took a vote very much like this just a short while ago. Senator Rand Paul raised the same argument, and it was rejected by a majority vote.
Okay, so you don't expect any surprises today when it comes to that?
I do not.
Okay, so we can go forward with the trial now. It's interesting here because senators like yourself, you're acting essentially as jurors and witnesses. What will you be looking for here?
Well, this is a case where the evidence is all in plain sight. We've seen the tapes of President Trump inciting the crowd. We've seen the violent mob attack the Capitol. We've heard them say on tape that they did so because, President Trump, former President Trump, told them to do it. And we also know that this was all part of a plan to overturn the election. That's why January 6th was chosen. That was the date that we were going to count the votes from the Electoral College, the formal counting. So much of this case is already in plain view. It will be interesting to see what kind of defense Donald Trump tries to put on, because he continues to stick with his big lie, the claim that he was cheated out of the election. And he continues to take no responsibility at all for what happened at the Capitol on January 6th.
So many of your colleagues on the Republican side have said everything from this is just political theater to this is pointless. A few of them seem to be siding with Democrats, but you would need 17. Do you think anything will come out in this testimony that could convince that many people to vote with Democrats?
Well, Steve, I just don't know. I mean, we're going into a trial here. It's not clear yet whether some of those Republican senators will change their minds. As you indicated, the vote we had the other day and the one we have today, we expect to see a large number of Republicans not wanting to proceed, not wanting to see the evidence that's been assembled here and how it's all connected and put together. But my view is that, first of all, the Senate has a constitutional obligation to proceed with a trial after the House impeachment. And second, it's very important that the country send a signal through this act that this is unacceptable conduct from a president or former president of the United States.
Sure. With that basis in mind of sending this signal, if the former president is acquitted, has that signal still been sent?
I think it will in this case, because I think the court of public opinion will see, all the facts in their gory details, starting with, President Trump's efforts to overturn the election, his phone call to the state of Georgia, to the Republican Secretary of State, essentially threatening him if he didn't overturn the votes that have been cast by Georgia voters. I think when you string all of this together, it's important that we go forward because Donald Trump continues to perpetrate the big lie. If Donald Trump had, admitted to his wrongdoing, if he admitted that he fairly lost the election, if he took responsibility for what happened on January 6th, it's possible the House would not have proceeded in this case.
Senator, I want to jump in real quick because I want to get a question in about vaccines right now and the COVID relief bill that is looming. Without getting into the weeds of the budget reconciliation, do you think that if a bill is passed, I'll put it this way, if a bill is passed, how long would it take to create more vaccine, to get it distributed to people who need it?
Well, I think we're looking into the summer months before we have enough vaccine in enough people's arms to get to herd immunity. And that's going to require increasing production. President Biden ordered another 200 million doses. And this bill will provide additional resources, both for production, but also for distribution. And that's going to be very important.
And the problem that we're seeing in your home state of Maryland, now you're getting into the political back and forth between the state leadership, the county leadership, and the federal government, with the governor of Maryland now essentially calling out, in his words, Democrats running the country, saying, we got to get some more vaccines here in Montgomery, or not just in Montgomery County, but in the state of Maryland.
I know, unfortunately, in the state of Maryland, the CDC numbers, the Center for Disease Control numbers, show that even with the vaccine we have, we're not doing very well in getting it distributed. We were dead last, 50 out of 50. Today, we're about 42nd out of 50 states. So, yes, we definitely need to up the production. There's some limits on production capacity. President Biden has invoked the Defense Production Act just yesterday, something that we pushed Donald Trump to do for a very long time. But it is important that the state of Maryland use the vaccine that it does have in an efficient way. And unfortunately, the data show this isn't a Republican or Democratic issue. The CDC data is what shows Maryland's lagging behind.
A lot in play there. Senator, always appreciate you joining us, especially today on this eve of the impeachment trial, just a few hours away from things getting started. Thanks, Senator.